Hello everyone, TMMgamer here, and today I have the pleasure of bringing you another video. Now today's video, as you can see from the title, is something a little bit different, and this is a topic I've wanted to talk about for a little time, but I've never really got around to doing the commentary, so I thought, you know what, this is a good time to do it. Let's get it out of the way. And if you can't tell by the title, today's commentary is going to be about Google Chrome AdBlock, or just AdBlocker. Now, if you don't know what this is, it's basically a program which you can download onto your web browser, and it prevents all adverts from showing up. Well, if not all of them, 99.99% of adverts. And at first glance, this sounds like a really good thing, because the most annoying thing on websites in general are pop-ups. You get them all over the place, even very, very mainstream websites, so nothing dodgy at all. You can get spammed with pop-ups, and it's pretty annoying, I agree. But there is a real bad downside and a pretty bad side effect to Google AdBlock, which possibly you guys haven't noticed, or perhaps you didn't consider before. So I wanted to do this commentary to explain just how damaging this application can actually be to YouTube. Now, if you guys didn't know, YouTubers who make money, so all of the big guys out there, all the way down to someone like me who makes a little bit of pocket money on the side from YouTube, they all make their money through advertising revenue. What happens is you get a partnership either with YouTube itself through their AdSense program, or through a third-party company, be it someone like Machinima or Maker Studios or RPM Network, who I happen to be with. And what they do is they give you a contract. Based on the number of monetizable views, you get X amount of pennies or X amount of pounds. So basically, you make money for every time someone watches your video in a monetizable location. What Google AdBlock does is that takes away a huge chunk of views that can be monetized. So immediately, this hits people who live off YouTube. People who make money and make a living off YouTube, immediately they start to lose money. And you might be sitting there and you might think, well, what's the problem? Only a small percentage of people use AdBlock in general. What is the big deal? The big deal is that if more and more people begin to use Google AdBlock, YouTube as we know it will change, and there's no could change about it. It will change. If more people continue to use this application, the current YouTube system will be unsustainable. And the reason why this is, if suddenly YouTubers don't make any money off their views, they're either going to do two things. The first thing, which is probably the worst thing if you're a fan of content, they'll stop. And people will say, oh, they won't stop. They'll still continue to upload. That's wrong. People will only put time, money, and effort into this if they make money off it themselves. If you look at a big channel, a channel who's living off YouTube, they won't be able to put the same amount of time and money in if they're not making money themselves off it, because it's just a simple fact of life. You need money to pay the bills, to buy food, to go out, to go to the cinema, go and watch a football match, all of that good stuff. And if you're not making it off YouTube, you need to go and get another job, otherwise you're going to be out on the street, or you're going to be living on benefit the rest of your life, and that's not a life anybody wants, really. So immediately what would happen is the quality drop. So the quality of videos will plummet, because all of that time that people spent before running their channel, they're now spending being an accountant, or working at a petrol station, or being a lawyer, or a judge, or any number of jobs. So immediately the quality level drops. The only people who are going to continue YouTube are the ones that are either so rich and make enough money and have enough spare time as it is that they can do it as a hobby, or the people with the camera phones who upload cat videos on the internet. So immediately a huge swathe of quality content is gone just because of AdBlock. The other option that could happen is people run subscription-only channels. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, because not a lot of people actually do it, but YouTube right now offers the option to charge a subscription for channels. Now, I would never do this, because it's completely against what I think YouTube should be, and my own personal experience with YouTube. I have learned so much and had so much fun watching YouTube videos for free that I would be a hypocrite if I charged a subscription fee from my channel. The fact of the matter is as well, I'm not big enough to really command a subscription fee. I'm proud of my videos. I like the videos I do, but people aren't going to pay a subscription for it. Well, certainly not a huge amount of people. And even if they would, I don't want to do that. I've got so much out of YouTube for free. I think it would be, remiss of me to charge people for my content when I go around and enjoy other people's content for free. I don't think that's a very good thing. But if YouTube continues the way it's doing, where more and more and more people get AdBlock and you make less and less and less and less money, it will get to the stage where people are flat out forced to do it. Whether they want to or not, they will begin to run subscriptions fees on their videos because they can't afford to live otherwise. And if you've invested years of your life and thousands of pounds of your own money into recording software, into brand new cameras, into a Titan PC, that doesn't come cheap. That really doesn't come cheap. So you've spent all of this money in it, all of a sudden to basically be told, you've made a massive loss on your investment. What are you going to do? Are you going to just pack it in and go and work in a corner shop for the rest of your life, or are you going to charge a subscription? Obviously it's going to be the latter. So if you use Google AdBlock, you might not have thought of the actual damage you do by doing it, but the damage is definitely real. If you're a fan of high quality free content on YouTube, because I certainly am, I'm a massive fan of that. If you're a fan of that, please, when you're watching YouTube videos for your favourite commentators, please disable AdBlock. I don't run Google AdBlock. Basically, all you get is every, I'd say, 5 videos, you get an advert. And 99% of those adverts you can skip. But that doesn't matter, even if you skip the advert, at least you're making your favourite YouTuber a bit of money. You're making your CNNers, your KSI, your Nepenthes, your Freddie Wong, all of those guys. At least they'll get a little bit of money. If you're running AdBlock and you watch all of this content, you'll eventually cause a snowball which gets to a stage where people will stop doing this style of content for free. And it will happen, this will happen. This is not some doom and gloom, will this happen forecast. If the current trend continues, YouTube will eventually turn into this because the model is unsustainable if it gets to that stage. So what I really wanted to do with this commentary is make this, issue available to you guys and actually enable you guys to make a difference and, show that you're intelligent enough to make a choice. Because what would you rather happen? Would you rather go through a stage of 6 to 8 months or a year where you don't get any adverts on YouTube, or would you rather have 3 or 4, 5, the infinite amount of years of free content? I know I'd certainly have option B. And for me, sitting there hour after hour after hour enjoying free content that someone has taken the time to make, for me watching a 30-second video before that for an advert to make them money, that's the thing, it makes the person you're watching's video money. It's not going to some, Google executive, a tiny fraction of it might, but, if you watch a video of CNNers or Hutch or anyone and there's an advert before it, the advert you watch, the money goes to them. They make money off you watching that advert. So if you're watching this video and you enjoy high quality free content, please, when you're on YouTube, disable ad blocker. I know pop-ups are annoying, and I use Google AdBlock on other websites, but whenever I watch YouTube, I watch it either on a web browser which doesn't have it installed, or I disable it, because if you don't do that, eventually you'll get to a stage where YouTubers are forced to monetize subscriptions, or are forced to just pack it in. And that's be a terrible, terrible shame, because for all of the banal, pointless cat videos and people happy slapping each other, there are hours and hours of how-to videos and tutorials and fun entertainment, and all of that will be put at risk just because people don't like watching a 30-second advert. So guys, really hope you've enjoyed the commentary. I hope you've learned something today, and I hope you agree with me that yes, Google AdBlock is great, but it does not have a place on YouTube, because the damage it can do will ruin the website that I'm pretty sure you're watching here, we all love it. So guys, once again, thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and as always, have a great day.